How many questions did you get on the NCLEX RN?
150.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. We went the distance. Was this your first attempt, second attempt, third attempt?
I passed on my fifth one.
Got it. And who helped you get there?
Kevin!
Hey.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome. Look at that.
Oh my God.
At that. First of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Like, I'm so over the moon for you. Like, I had no doubt. Like, you showed up and you showed out. You did everything that you were supposed to do. You were super intent with your questions. I know that, you could be nervous about these things, but, you trusted the process and you trusted me to get you there and you trusted yourself. So I couldn't be more proud of you.
Thank you.
I couldn't be more proud of you. All right, so talk to me. I'm gonna ask you just a series of questions, and then we'll kind of we'll go through how you were feeling and everything. So, which NCLEX did you take?
I'm so nervous, but
don't be nervous, girl. You all right? It ain't no different from any other call that we've had.
Yeah, it's just the regular NCLEX, the RN.
Oh, okay, so the NCLEX RN, got you. So how many questions did you get on the NCLEX RN?
150.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. We went the distance. But guess what?
Gosh.
Guess what? You don't ever have to take it again, right?
Yeah. So, I don't have to worry about it anymore.
I know that's right. Was this your first attempt, second attempt, third attempt?
It was my fifth one. Yeah, fifth. Yeah, I passed on my fifth one.
So you passed on your fifth attempt?
Yes.
Got it. And who helped you get there?
Kevin!
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was hell, man.
It was hell.
Yes. Like you said, this stuff. You know it. You just have to look at the last sentence, what the last sentence is asking. And the multiple choice, it was just going on what you know.
Right.
Don't think what you don't know. So, yeah. And it was a great feeling that I don't have to study anymore.
I know that's right. What day did you take the NCLEX?
On the 28th.
The 28th of February, 2025, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with regards to the coaching program, can you, just go through, how long the coaching program was, how long our sessions were?
The coaching program, it was for how many? I think 6. It was 6?
The coaching program is 30 days and we meet once a week. But for you specifically, I think I gave you 6. So we got 6 just in case. I don't even think you used them all. So, but I gave them to you just in case, you may have needed them. If you needed some extra time to talk, or if we needed some extra time to go through a couple of sessions or to break down some questions. But yeah, you originally, normally it's 4 sessions per week, or 4 sessions per month. So every 30 days. So how long were our sessions?
For 1 hour.
For 1 hour.
And if it's time you go over the 1 hour, because you let me know what I need to work on. Oh my gosh.
And did you feel that when we were going through questions, and we kind of saw what your issues were, did you feel like we were able to tailor it for you to make micro adjustments?
Yes, especially on certain area I was weak on. You was it's mental health. Because you kept telling me work on mental health. But my whole test was mental health. But I could hear you in my voice, in my ear, saying that. Read the freaking question. Select what you know. So it's just the same thing. I was okay, select what I know.
So what you're saying is on this exam, the one that you just took last week, you had you had a lot of mental health on it?
Yes, I did. I had a lot of mental health. For cardiac, they only give me a little bit question on cardiac, first of mine. I was okay. Those stuff, I know them. And the case studies, it was they give me the case study. I was it's easy. To me, I feel like it was easy. I don't know if it's because I know the material, but it was it's easy. Then again, when they start hitting mental health, I was no. I said, I think I failed because why they kept giving me mental health over and over and over again? And I was like, okay, you know what? Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So yeah.
So remember what I was saying is
Mm-hmm.
when you're weak in a specific area, the
Yeah.
NCLEX is going to expose you.
Yes.
And when I was telling you, hey, your mental health is low, I really want you to spend time looking on mental health, but I want you to look at these specific areas. You were like, okay, they kind of came up. I mean, they did come up slowly but surely, not exactly where I wanted it. However, it wasn't the end all be all because you were really hitting the nail on the head when
Yes,
it
like
came to those other specific areas.
yes, like certain question on mental health, I will get them right. They don't know. Like when they go to a hard question, I don't know. It's like I'll get it wrong. But yeah, it was like they giving me peds. I was like, okay. I don't understand what kind of disease is that. I was like, okay. OB. You know how I was doing so good on OB. They was like, oh, this person just had a baby, had a C-section. She had chest pain. I was like, oh, that's PE right there. Like it was like it's common sense. I was like, okay. But I had a total of 5 case studies, one both tied into other drop down. I didn't have like for form, I had a lot of form questions too, but I didn't know. But I remember you kept telling me, listen to the videos on Archer, and I've been, how you've been telling me time management, like content, and I listened to them over and over and over and over and over and over again. And they gave me a question for this medication. I was like, what the hell? And the ending, I could tell the ending was like a headache medication because I was like, okay, at the end of the day, I think that's it because the ending, it looks like something that I know. And I just click it and it was like, okay.
But think about it. Like, what did you just say? You were just like, "What the hell is that medication?" Right? But when you read the medication, you were just like, "I don't know what that is, but I know what this last part is." That's exactly what I've been saying. Apply what you know versus trying to apply what you don't know.
And it's the same thing about the opioids. Oh my god, I have the same question again. I was like, but it's not exactly the same like answers, but it was the same question. What side effect of opioids? But they didn't have the same. Like I was like, really? And instead of having it was only like the other, and they have the itching one. And I was like, oh, I didn't know itching and not so. I was like, oh my god. I said, you see why you have to review? Like you have to review because it's like. You could know it, but you don't have to worry about exactly what the same side effect. But if you actually understand what's going on, you're gonna pass. Yeah.
So that was a question that we actually went over. Now I think about it.
Exactly. That's what I was like. Yeah.
That's why I always say what I say. You need content so you can absorb the knowledge. You use that knowledge, apply it to the question. And then when you're finished with your exam and you go back and you read and review it,
yes,
you're able to retain it. So now when you go forward doing your NCLEX, you're gonna be like, wow, I know what that is.
It kept giving me a lot of leadership. You kept telling me working on leadership too. I was okay. They gave me questions on abuse, like kids, and I already know. Then they give me another one with like partners who are getting abused. I was like, oh, those stuff. I kind of know this type of stuff. And yeah, I didn't get no math questions. I was like, I hope I'm not getting no math questions. But
if you were doing really bad at dosage calculations, or if they would have started asking you, they would ask you a lot. I've seen on average they've asked, I think, a max of 4 and a minimum of 1. But those dosage calculations won't be the end all be all. Like they won't determine if you fail or not. So it's the questions and the critical thinking that'll do that. So when it comes to the entire like coaching program, what are some things that you liked that I provided to you?
Time management, like you have 24 hours. You can do a lot within 24 hours. You just have to learn how to, at first I was struggling, I was, oh my God, why do I have to write it down every time? Like I got tired, but at the same time, I stopped, but I continue putting in my head. I said, I have to do content. But time management is the key. Like everywhere you're going, if you want to just listen to something. And the fact that you have the quiz tracking where, oh my God, that was good because it's let me know where I'm weak at, It let me know what I need help, where I need help. So actually helpful.
Okay.
That's why I say you help me out.
And
Because I
go
did
ahead.
not know even I was using Archer. Like I used Archer so many times, even though when I told my friend that I said I used Archer so many times to do that. I know it. But it's just that you have somebody who's gonna coach you to tell you where you work at. It's good because it's like all over the place.
Right. And one of the great thing that I do love about the tracker is that you can see it all right there in front of you. Like,
Yeah.
and you not only can you see it all right there in front of you, number one, it takes away all the clicking and all the guessing, but now it's like when you see it and it's color coded and you see the numbers, you're just like, okay. So on average, over the last week, I've been increasing my score. I'm really strong in these areas. I'm really weak in these areas. So as I go forward, I don't need to focus as much on the stuff that I know that I already know. I need to restructure my time to give it more to the things that I don't know and less to the things that I do know, so I can increase my score like expeditiously in order for you to like you see that overall score go up. And your scores were like tip top high.
Yeah. Even when I said, okay, I know them, but it's just like, even when I did took the base assessment, you was like, oh, you're not too bad because you just need help answering questions. And it makes me feel good because it's like I'm talking to you and you telling me that. And I doubt myself a lot. I be saying I need help, I need content, because it's like I already know the content. Like even what you said, you already know it. Even with adult, I was like, I need help. I think I need it. But you really don't, because it's like I know it already. It's like I know I just need to apply it to the question, what the question is asking.
Right. And just like when I tell you to read the freaking question, that is just another way of me telling you to slow
down. And I used the whole 5 hours. I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use it. What? Yeah. After that, I had a mad headache for 2 days. Then after that whole congratulations, I said, yeah. I went and go. Oh my gosh.
Had that mad headache because you were just stressing about that exam. I had no doubt. Because you proved it.
I know you told me. You said you're good. You just gotta believe in yourself and keep telling yourself that you're gonna be a nurse. You're gonna be a nurse. And I did a lot of praying too. And the prayer you sent me, oh my gosh, it was very, very, very helpful.
I'm glad.
Yes. Oh my God. I went early. My test was around 1 o'clock, and I went like around 10 o'clock. Oh my God. Even though you told me don't review, I feel like, okay. I kept praying. I said, this is the last time I'm taking this test. This is the last time. Oh my God. But yeah, I did it.
Yes, you did. And once again, like I said, I'm super proud of you. So how did the coaching itself, well, I think you've already answered this. It's just like, how does the coaching contribute to your effective, like, how did the coaching like prepare you to take your exam?
Time management, because you're always saying that, what you're rushing for. Like,
where you going?
Like, even if you take the test today, tomorrow, nurses, they're always gonna need nurses. What you rushing for? Read the freaking questions. And I think that was my problem too. Because even when because my best friend just graduated LP and she's doing practice questions with me. And the moment I read the question, I said, oh, this is the answer. She'd be like, slow down, read the question. And it was that question we was having with like veal chop. And I had the thing right there in front of me. I got it wrong. She was like, it's because you go. She said, read the question. Read the questions. But yeah, time management. Take your time on the questions.
There it is. Because you were like, I got all 5 hours. Who else is there with you?
Exactly. It was just yourself, like you taking the test. Why are you rushing?
Now, when it comes to, we'll talk about like, your level of support and guidance. Did you feel like you received adequate guidance and support like that helped address your individual learning needs within the coaching program?
Yes, especially the videos you sent me, I think it was 4 or 5 of them you sent me about the motivation. I listened to it a lot. It's the Steve Harvey one. Oh my God, I listened to that a lot. So I was like, you know what, and and I said, this is my time.
One of the beautiful things about being able to provide those things is because you realize is nothing is easy. Nothing worth having is meant to be easy.
Yeah.
And, I have those there for that specific reason. Like, you can find them on the document, you can find them, they're actually inside of the resources in the coaching program. As you go through those, think about it. Like, I have so many people say, I'm such a failure, I'm down, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm just like, you have life.
Yeah, everybody, exactly.
You have life. Why do you give so much power to an inanimate object?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
even the time, like the other time I took the test, I was like, bro, like the test, I mean, they ask you like tricky questions, but I would rather take that test over nursing. Like you said, I would rather take that test instead of nursing school, like going through whole nursing school, But it's just that you gotta know how to answer the questions, because it's a big thing. Like you're gonna start dealing with people's life. They gotta see how you critical think.
Yeah. And a lot of people will say, oh, the exam is nothing like real life. Well, I can tell you right now, the exam's a lot easier than real life. Because they put those scenarios right there in front of you, because the whole point is to critically think, because you're trying to critically think while you're trying to take an exam. Imagine what happens when you're trying to critically think and you have a patient crashing in front of you. Then the stakes are a lot higher, because the life that was simulated in this exam is now right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's very, very important, because I want you to go out there to be a safe, prudent nurse. And I want you to be able to protect yourself, your license, and your patient. That's what's important. Okay. Did you feel that the coaching program helped boost your confidence with the exam?
Yes, because even though I know it already, it's like I still doubt myself. But you in my ear kept saying that you already know this. Like, you already know this. Like, you already showed me. Look at the score. It's like when you see the score, it's like you do know it, and when it makes you want to work, especially when it's red, because I don't like when it's red. And it's like, I gotta work on that area. But I like how you like have it going on the little thing with the color coded and stuff. But you helped me.
I love that. I'm so glad that I was able to to help you. And that kind of goes into me being able to provide like a personalized and tailored approach, specifically when it comes to your strengths and your weaknesses, which is why the tracker is so important.
Yes.
As well as the time management. I have so many people that tell me, why do I have to put this down? It's a waste of time. And I was just like, it holds you accountable.
Yes, and that's what especially when I be like, oh, I know he gonna talk. I know he gonna talk. But it's just like, it makes you feel like, okay, you had all this time. Like, you could have used all this time. You could have just studied and just say that what you're doing during the day. Like, every hour, what are you doing within the hours? Even though if you work, and the fact that I was working 4 days, and I feel like, okay, I was working 4 days, 12 hours, and I was like, okay, I could do it. And the fact that I took it, many times, I was like, maybe it's my work schedule. You did say, we still gonna work around your schedule.
Oh, yeah.
We still work around your schedule. And you was like, no, you already know it. You already know it,
That's the great thing about being able to do time management. Because with the time management, that actually helps with creating your study schedule. Because if you're working 3-4 times out of the week, you're already going to be exhausted by working. So it's just like, where can we fit these things in? Can we get you to do questions and answers and rationales before you go to work? Can you wake up an hour to 2 hours early before you go to work? Are you able to retain information while you're at work? Like, that's why I love the ability to be able to personalize and tailor things specifically to the individual, because as somebody who doesn't physically know you and has not known you for a long period of time, we're able to analyze and audit you to be like, hey, you're doing these things wrong, or hey, these are things that need improvement. And you're more susceptible to that feedback than somebody else who's not a nurse, or somebody else who has not walked the line of being unsuccessful. So that's why I do those things, and it's to truly, really hold you accountable for when you do these things and then if you don't. Because in the end, if I am trying to help you, which is what you sought out, and then you don't seek the help and then you're unsuccessful, who we blaming?
Yourself, because I was like, oh my God, I was like, if I fail this test, it's gonna be on me because he was right there, you know. I said, if I fail this test, it's because of me. Like, cause
But
even like you told me, like, cause when after them 12 hours, I'd be tired to do 85 questions. I was like, but I used to get up early in the morning, like around 3 o'clock. Like I always prepare myself. Like I always wake up between 3 or 4 o'clock, and I was like, you know what? Within the 3 or 4 o'clock, my eyes is wide awake. Why not I'm doing like a 85 question? And after that, during like if I'm not doing on my break, even though you said, don't review like that, this that, still went in review, you know, because I was determined, man. I said, I'm not going to give it until I pass this. I don't care how many times I have to take it.
I love that. That's what I talked about, determination. I talked about somebody else who was just like, I was unsuccessful, but I already did this, that, and the third. And I was just like, that's what I love, determination. I love to see it.
And one thing I realized that because when I sent you my report, my report, it was depends on the weight between the line. When you like you failed the weight, I feel like I was taking too long to go take the test between, because you was right, because it's like the first time I went 85. The second time I went like, you know, the third time it's like you have to do it between, like you don't need, like you said, you don't need 3 months, 2 months. You just need 6 weeks. That's it.
4 to 6 weeks if you really, really hyper focus. And you got to think, I gave you a study schedule that was over the course of 30 days. Did you feel, now speaking of the study schedule, how did you feel about the study schedule that we created for you?
I feel like it was just Archered, because I'm so Archered. I was like, okay, I know this one, it says cardiac. I took cardiac and the 85 question, but yeah, I just follow it. I follow it. I mean, even though I kept watching the videos over again, knowing that I didn't understand, I kept watching it over again. Then I went to Archered because I told you I like the live review, and they communicate, like whenever they go into like diagnosis, they're picking this person have this diagnosis. It makes more sense now. I said, oh, okay. So it's like it makes more sense.
Right. They're able to like put it in context for you. But with regards to the study schedule, did you feel that it was overwhelming?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was.
You felt like it was overwhelming? What was overwhelming about the study schedule?
Probably because of the 85 questions. But even though I didn't have, because in the 85 questions, because I know me, I take even what you was telling me, like, you taking too long on the test, you know, because you said if you take 1 hour to do 85 questions, then you're going to have to remediate for time 3. So it's like, I take it, because I usually take it like, or especially when I'm, and like if I'm going to work 1 hour, if I wake up like 3 hours and I take it, then I was like, when am I gonna remediate, you know? So for me to remediate, it's like I have to remediate, I have to understand. Like every day I have to do like not every day, I think it was 4 quizzes, but I usually did 3. I'm sticking to 3 because I can't do 4, because it's like remediate. I was like, I gotta do what's best for me. And I feel like the fact I was doing 3, then I do a CAT, the next time I do 3, and then I do a ready assessment, I feel like it was good for me.
So, and that's why the study schedule was the way that it is, as in you do 85 questions one day. Did you do 85 questions the next day? What about the following day?
That's what I did.
So that's how your schedule was laid out. Now, what happens when you don't do that? You get behind, and then you get behind, and then it piles up, and then it becomes overwhelming. So when we make the schedule, I make that schedule specifically like that for everybody, unless I'm just like, you know what? I think that you could do more. And I do that so you don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, but I feel like I pile up because remember I told you I went to St. Martin and I didn't do no thing. I was trying to, but I still didn't do nothing, you know? But it kind of piled. I said, you know, when I took the CAT, I was like, it's my fault because I was there. I was trying to, you know, but... Yeah.
So what you're saying is it became overwhelming because there was a time and period where you didn't do nothing and you had to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, yes, because of that. But other than that, like I'm used to the 3, then the CAT exam.
Right, and remember that's a bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. And what I've always said about a schedule, it can always be adjusted. And you adjusted it, and you did what you were supposed to do. And in the end, here you are with a license.
I know.
Right? Talk about like the flexibility and like the accessibility, like how accessible was I, and the flexibility with the coaching program and, working with me.
You was available anytime. I didn't like to text you because I didn't want to be annoying, but you even told me not to, like, you don't feel like that, but I know, okay, because you're right, everything is right there for you, Because all I had to do just follow the schedule. But you was there, like, for example, when I didn't take the CAT exam, I said, I'll text you, I'll let you know, like, can I take a CAT exam? I didn't get to do it. You was like, yeah, go ahead and do it, and I did it. So you was there.
Okay, because I'm here. Some people are just like,
you said you would, like, you said you even give me your number, like, to text you,
right. So, and because my biggest thing is that I do want to be available to guide you, like, through those processes that you're going through. What type of test taking strategies did you learn?
As far
as when we were going through your coaching sessions, what test taking strategies did you learn or did you retain while we were going through the coaching program?
Read the freaking question, like, at the end of the, like, because I'm so used to, okay, read the last question, because it's based on the last question. You're gonna know what's going on, like what they're asking. And my priority questions, I was really bad at them. You helped me with them, and you actually, like, that's why I kept telling you, I like how you break it down for me. But for myself, I can do it, but it makes more sense when you break it down. But like you said, I'm not gonna be here with you. You going to take. I already did my part. You going to take the time. So it's like, take your time and read what they're asking. If you don't know a word, Google it up. And find, like, you have the internet. It's useful. Google everything up. You don't understand? Google everything up.
Absolutely, because you remember, like, you already went through nursing school. I can't replace that. Right? Just like I tell people, I was like, I can't replace nursing school. If you need to go back to nursing school in order for you to learn these things, then that's something that you may have to do for yourself. And I was like, but I don't replace nursing school. My goal is to help you actively recall the things that you learned in school as you prepared for them. And you're right. As simple as it may sound, it indeed is a test-taking strategy to read the freaking question.
It's like, read the freaking question. Like you said, just read it. Try not to put it on your own word or anything, just to try to get the better understanding of it,
Absolutely. And I love that because it forces you to slow down, because when you read the last sentence, it tells you what they want. Mm-hmm. And now you were able to see that. I don't care if you got 85 questions. I don't care if you got 150 questions. In the end of the day, it works.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say, in another part, I would say, like, I mean, I did the work. I know I did the work, but I had to believe in myself. Like you said, you have to believe in yourself, because, come on, it's yourself. Like, you, and I said, God did play a part of it, And like, I said, you helped me. I said, you saved me, Then you was like, oh, I think you actually did save me, because I did try to do it by myself like 4 times, and it didn't go over well. So,
well, here you are. It went over well, and now you got a license.
Yes, I do.
Right?
That license.
I know that's right. Like, girl, go ahead and stunt that. Like, y'all, look what I got.
Yes. Even my daughter was like, Mommy, congratulations. That was so nice.
You want to know what's really beautiful about the fact that you have a young daughter, and she can see the fact of how you were trying and you were unsuccessful. You were trying, you were unsuccessful. You were trying, you were unsuccessful. You have set the tone to show her to not give up on things that are positive and something that you believe in. Yep. That is a very great example to set for our children, because society nowadays, well, if you don't like it, don't do it. Oh, if you don't like it, maybe it's not for you. No, it's just for the fact that maybe there's something that you're doing wrong and you need to adjust it. It could be everything from, not reading the question to, not having an ineffective, study pattern to a study schedule. Or it could be learning how to drive a car, but you're nervous about, making left-hand turns. The only way to get through that is to practice through it. You have to be able to fight through those things in order for you to be successful. Like, think of all the people that are very successful in this world if they didn't trial and error.
Exactly. I used to, oh my God, now that everything, like, I'm done, I'll be like, okay, then, and I used to doubt myself. I'd be like, hey, when am I gonna be a nurse? Like, what they doing that I don't know? Like, and then I said, compare when they're on some people on the floor, like, come on. I said, I could be a better nurse than that. It's like, it's like, just because you fail, that doesn't mean it's like it's over. Like, keep constantly, like I was telling my friends, because a couple of them studying to take the test. I said, look at me, I took it. I said, keep taking the test until you pass. I said, it's just a freaking test. I said, yeah, you discouraged, but don't let it. I said, look how many times I took it.
And that's it.
I don't give a damn. I'd be telling people, I don't care, I took it, I failed, so. Life. You, like, when you're about to apply for a job, they're gonna say, how many times you took the test? What was your grade? It just said pass. Like, right now it said active. Like, what? I'm a nurse.
And now that you were unsuccessful to now where you are successful, that makes you relatable.
Exactly. That's why I was telling, like, 2 of them took it and they failed. And I was like, yo, go take it again. I said, don't wait. I said, don't wait within that 48 hours until you get ATC. I said, pay the money right now. I think one of them are about to contact you soon.
Well, hey, I'm here. Wait, what's her name?
Charmaine.
Maybe I saw something come through. I got about 5 or 6 of them yesterday. I posted yours, but I edited out, your last name and your license number. But I took a screenshot of our conversation and I posted it on there. And people were like, "Congratulations!" and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I woke up to that. Like, I saw that you called me twice. I was asleep. It was like 6 a.m. We were asleep in this house. And so, no, you good? But then I woke up and you were just like, I passed. And I was like, show me.
Yeah.
I literally was like, show me.
I said, because that was so loud. Because I was working. Because it's like my head was still hurting me. I was working. And I was like, damn, when I checked, congratulate. I said, I don't know. I was like, it was like, what's wrong? I said, I passed my test. It was like, I said, my RN. It was like, oh, you was in school. Because I didn't tell people I was in school.
Good.
You in school? And then I texted my sister. I screenshot and sent it to my sister. She said, when did you take it? Because the last time I kept it, it's like one thing too. If you're about to take the test, be quiet. Don't tell people your stuff. Just get up and go take your test. Because you won't know. Because every time I'm going to go take my test, I always tell my sister, okay, I'm going to go take my test. You got to watch my daughter from me or do anything. Like, I'm going to drop my daughter. This time I didn't tell her nothing. She was like, when did you take it? She said, why you didn't tell me? That was for me. I said, I didn't want to tell. I waited because like usually after I done took the test, when you think you do so good on the test, I'll be like, oh, I think I did good. Then you see the fail. It's like it's like a stab. And I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna wait. If I fail, I'm not gonna let nobody fail besides you. Know that? I said. Then after that, I'm just gonna sign up. I already put the thing on my head. I was like, I'm gonna sign up the next 45 days, April 15. I was like, I failed. Then I was like, it was right there.
You're like, this is it. This is the last, and this is the last, and I passed.
Yep. I said, I don't have to worry. I said, can't nobody tell me to take this test anymore, because
I know that's right. So, what is your overall satisfaction with the coaching program and working with me?
10 out of 10.
Hey, I love that.
I passed. 10 out of 10. Like I said, like I had my little wrong because but that was on me because them 85 questions every day, But 10 out of 10, you showed me like this is what to focus on, my mental health, yeah. And then, like you said, focus on the question, like not the question, the medium, the hard question, the easy question. I was like, yeah, but 10 out of 10. I told my friends, I was like, you could get him. They was like, I'll give them your number.
I love it. And last question is, and you kind of already answered it, but I'm just going to ask it anyway, but would you recommend me to other people?
Yes, I did. I mean, I told my friends, yes, I told a couple of them. I think my sister going for that, and that's 4 of them going. I said, get him, but it's up to them if they're willing to spend the money.
Of course, yeah.
I was tired doing it myself. I was like, I'm gonna pay the money and let somebody show me what am I doing wrong. But it's up to. I told them, I said, yeah, it's up to you if you're willing. Because some of them, they're not willing to spend the money. But if you don't want to spend the money, what am I supposed to do?
No. So I'll give you a really good example.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I had to learn, right? Until, it was for me. Do I want to spend all this money and then, more importantly, all this time to figure it out? Or do I want to pay someone who can get rid of all of this noise in order so I don't spend double or triple the amount of money that I would have spent? And I don't even necessarily, it's an investment.
Exactly.
This is an investment in yourself.
Exactly. And like I said, I didn't have the money. I did not have the money. But guess what? My credit card, I could pay that credit card. I said, I'm going to try it one more time. I did it. Because I did pay certain people that it was just successful. I was like, you know what? I was like, this is the last time. I said, let me give you a shot. Because you be live on TikTok. And I was like, I like the way, Especially, I think I watched a little video of the lady who was an LPN for a long time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it out. I was then when I called you, I was like, oh, yeah, I have to schedule with you that it was like 50. I said, I'll spend the money. Then when you told me, I said, I'm going to pay on that credit card. I never know. Look at today. I'm a nurse. Why? Because of you.
There it is. But you want to know the great thing? That's what happens when you invest in yourself, because you invested whatever you invested to where now you don't ever have
to more than that. Like
your first paycheck is going to not only cover that, it's going to cover, like, you're going to make your money back in your first paycheck like times 3.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, you know what? I could, like, listen, that credit card, it could go, like I said, I'm going to use that. I said, when I start making money, I could always pay that credit card with like 1 paycheck or 2 paycheck. Like,
right. So. And I had a one young lady that I coached about a year or 2 ago. It was in 20. She passed. I want to say it's Crystal. If you ever go on my YouTube. But she actually did a video for me. It was like 30 minutes long. Her and I were talking on Instagram, and she had failed like 3 or 4 times. Or 3 times. And then her mom had even told her, she was just like, well, you did your research. She was just like, what do you got to lose?
Exactly. Like, what are you like? Okay, no. I did it. I told people, like, it's up to you if you're willing to pay it. But I said, if you pass it, when you do pass, you don't have to worry about taking it over again.
Yep.
But that's true. Some of them very cheap, so you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not spending that.
And that's okay. And if that's what they decide to do, then hey, then if they decide to change their mind, I've had people buy my little smaller program, like for $97. Or I'm sorry, what do? They paid the $50 to talk to me so we could come out with a plan for them, and I did. And then I was just like, hey, if you want to jump into the coaching, we can do that too. And they were just like, just send me the information. Didn't hear anything. Then they took the exam, failed. Then they took the exam again and then failed, and then reached out to me again and says, I keep failing the LPN exam and the RN exam. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you please help me? And I'm just like, schedule a call with me. They were like, I already scheduled a call with you. And I was like, well, you're going to have to schedule another one. Because you have updated stuff.
Right there with it. Like, the first time, go pay it and don't worry about it. And boom, go take your test and pass.
Yep. And so, to each their own, whatever they decide that they want to do. So that's kind of like pretty much all the questions that I had. And I'm so glad that you had a good experience with the program, and as well as working with me. I do everything I can to try to improve everything from the trackers to the calendars. I try my best to do a lot of those for future students, because we learn from the past things that we've done. So I'm glad that you overall had a great experience with the coaching. I really, really, truly am.
Thank you so much. Like I said,
you are very welcome.
Because of you. Because I tried so many times, and I wasn't successful. But now I am. I would honestly say because of you. I mean, it's worth it now. It's worth it.
It is. It's worth it.
Invest into yourself, because at the end of the day, you gotta take care of yourself. That little, but
I love that. You're very welcome. I do have one more request. I would love a 3 to 5 minute video so I can post it on social media. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. An email or something written, something. I need something, because what that does, that truly helps other people, because that's how you found me. You know,
Mhm.
social media, other people's videos, other people's testimonies. In order to keep this thing going, in order to keep helping people, I want to be able to continue to show the social proof that other people have used this. It has worked for them. You can write out an email and I'll crop it out, and then you can sign it with your first name and then RN, or like at the bottom of it or whatever. I'll make it work. But a video is preferred, but if you do something written, that's great too.
Okay.
And then just email it to me.
All right.
All right. But once again, congratulations to you. Welcome to nursing. I can't wait to see what great things that you'll do. And yeah, send people my way for, just like word of mouth.
It's up to them. It's up to them.
You're right. It is up to them. Oh, don't give people my phone number either.
No, I don't do that.
Oh, okay. Because if they, because
he be live. I said he be like, they said who? I said he be like with Megan and stuff. I said it was like, oh, the Kevin the bootleg. I said yeah. I said yeah, he was like for real. And it was like, oh, he expensive. I said, well, okay, exactly. Exactly. It was like, for real, he don't know help you. I said yeah, he don't know help me. He was like for real. I was looking at his stuff. He expensive. I said yeah. I said, okay, too bad. I got it.
Should have found me between 2020 and 2022 when I was free.
Yeah. Hey,
Hell, you should have found me all the way up until 2020, at the end of 2023. That would have been cool too. But hey, here we are. So, but like I said, let me not take up your time because I know you got some stuff you got to go do. So I'm super proud of you once again. Welcome to nursing, Miss RN. Go out there and
RN BSN. Okay.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right, let me stop.
All right.
All right, you have a great rest of your day.
All
and
right.
You are very welcome. You take care, okay?
All righty.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.